East Bloom- for East Bloomsbury Road. It is a good day to be alive. And today we are making breakthroughs. We are declaring some things over our nation. And I'm looking forward to it with great expectation as people all over Jamaica will join us this morning as we make declarations as to our expectations in terms of change in our beloved Jamaica land we love. It is so good to see you this morning, my sister. Look
Good
like
morning, Pastor Percy.
you went for early run this morning, I can see.
Okay, you are indeed prophetic. So I guess I'll be doing an early run tomorrow morning. In fact, I will be doing an early run tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Yeah, but I join you in saying good morning and welcome to our listeners, both those in Jamaica here, Radioland, and those who join us on the channel. Please remember, we are in the Naughty Corner for YouTube. So we are streaming from Low Law 99 YouTube channel. The Best FM YouTube channel is down for 2 weeks by reason of some misbehavior as per YouTube community rules. We will be bringing up a new channel. We're changing things a little bit so that if one show commits an infraction, the entire suite of shows don't go down, because the YouTube channel is an accessible point of contact for some of our viewers. So for the future, you are going to be able to look for The Morning Connection on YouTube, and other shows, other station-owned shows will set up their own channels in the same way. So those who want to find Straight Talk will find Straight Talk on YouTube on Best FM. The Morning Connection on Best FM or at Best FM. That's how it's set up. So the Morning Connection at Best FM, Straight Talk at Best FM, Jamaica Speaks at Best FM, Bitter Sugar at Best FM. Very simple. That way, if one show has a problem, the other shows don't go down.
Very astute, I must say, to our
just
producer.
a minor little tweak
Yes.
that the producer has organized for us, and we're grateful for it. But good morning to all of you. What I miss is the chatter online, because people just tell you what is on their minds. They don't have to wait to do the phone call. I miss that. So if you're listening and you have the opportunity to go online, Low Law 99 YouTube channel, and join us so we can chat while we are speaking, that would give this producer's heart a little boost. Best FM is also on Twitch TV. So you can go on Twitch TV and just type in Best FM and you will see the show being done live. Also on Facebook, if you like the metaverse, if you are a citizen of the metaverse.
The metaverse, can
Yes, because they've changed their name to Meta, digging deep. And yeah, so as Pastor Percy said, this morning, it being Wednesday, we will be going into some serious meditation. And this is the morning when we will pronounce our declarations. I have 3 of them, and one of them got longish, but when you hear it, you will see. Inspired largely by a visit I took to the Halfway Tree Parish Court yesterday to assist someone there. A relative was there, and I just wanted to make sure things went in a particular way. And oh my God, what a lesson! I got there at 10:15 or thereabouts. I didn't leave until about 1:00, and it was instructional. I mean, you know, the kind of thing. I laughed, I cried,
You had all of those emotions.
all the emotions
Oh
that you
my
could hope from a
word,
good
that
movie.
must have been a great experience for
Yeah,
you.
so I'll find a way to share, but it gave me a very fresh insight into what's going on in
the
the
justice
post-pandemic, not post, too prophetic, in the pandemic era administration of justice. Yeah. So I have a declaration that speaks to how we might seek to correct some of that in the spiritual realm. Other housekeeping news. This evening, the producer and I journey to Akampong. The January 6th celebrations are upon us, and it kind of just tweaked my funny bone to acknowledge that tomorrow is also the anniversary of America's latest revolution. It's no laughing matter. The
America's
storming of the Capitol.
by people or tourists.
January 6th. Yes,
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow.
January 6th.
But
yeah.
today, January 5, It's a day of grace. That's why we're making declarations.
Yeah.
5 is the number of
Of
grace.
grace, yes. So the Maroons in Accompong will be celebrating tomorrow, and we are invited guests to participate or to observe, and we will do our broadcast from Accompong. Tomorrow I'll start getting some footage together from this evening when we get there, because I'm told that there is the ceremonial event start tonight. There will be like a walk and some other things. So I will do my best. The producer is testing out the camera. Yes, you are testing out the camera. But we'll try and get some footage. And what we will do, whatever we can share on air, we'll share, and other things we'll put on the YouTube channel and on the Best FM TV. Best FM TV is coming, So we're curating footage for that experience in the future. So tomorrow we won't be at Clegane Club. We're gonna be in the jungles of Accompong. And right now, so many things are topical coming from that side of the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because it's in the paper today.
Yes, what's happening with the cockpit country and the mining license and so on.
PNP talking about the boundaries being established.
Yeah.
That's in the news. And
right.
They've been in the news in recent times. Also,
so we will have a first hand.
The Colonel.
Yes. Guest of the Colonel.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'll have my opportunity to speak with him.
You're dining. You're having breakfast with the Colonel tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. I'll make sure that I pick up my invitation.
You understand? Because if he's a guest, yes.
We are a guest we're a guest of his family. Okay, it's 6:30. We're taking our first break. Please stay with us. We will be right back.
We'll be right back.
The Go Loud Cash Call is live and 50K is on the line. Tune in to Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Who knows? It could be your lucky number. Must be using the Go Loud app and a Digicel customer to qualify. Go Loud, simply more radio and podcast. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting Gaming Act.
Half a tree, 100, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040. Or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
You big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try calling, because trust me.
Winters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
What a relief.
Youths, are you stressed? Are you faced with trauma? Well, this is the program for you. Join Royton McLaren for Youth Resilience and Empowerment every Monday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on Best 100.5.
The station that makes you feel good.
I love the station. I think it's great.
My station.
Moving.
My station.
Moving. Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Best FM, keep listening.
Easy! Let not your hearts be troubled. Just believe in God Almighty and daily renew the mind. As we live in this time when fake is more valued than real, lies prefer the truth, the unnatural put above the natural. This is Lady Donna, aka Double D Don, with a new song, Almighty Jah, encouraging your people to keep the faith. God will make a way. Get your copy today. It's on all digital platforms. Lady Donna Official on Instagram, Facebook, AsujaRecords.com. For bookings, Asuja Record Label at Gmail. Almighty Jah! Praise Him, praise Him, praise Him, praise Him, praise Him. And the name of Jah, every time you up. And the name of Jah, every time you up. So them evil, so them lie, so them corrupt. Scheming and them planning, but we not give up. Jehovah and the one where you hold me up. You know the Father we put first. Dun Jah, they done away in the name. Dun Jah, super cat him. Come on and then you with dun dada. They done shit there. Dun mama, wicked and evil Jah confess slaughter. Cool when
Who's ready to answer the Go Loud Cash Call? Here's your chance to be one of 4 winners of 50,000 weekly. Just answer the Go Loud Cash Call with the phrase
Simply More Radio and Podcast.
and the money is yours. Tune into Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Go Loud, Simply More Radio and Podcast. Text 402 to 137 for more information. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning and welcome back to the Morning Connection. This is your host, Minette Lawrence, and of course, Pastor Percival Palmer is right here in studio holding his position. Our team, producer, and engineer, good morning to both of you, and thank you as always for your sterling effort. Pastor, this is your day.
This is the Lord's Day.
Well, and He has given it to you.
And we have come in. As we've been following our theme this week in regards to declarations into the new year, declarations which become resolutions which we move forward. I am saying to us, as we move forward, as we make declarations which are our expectations of our nation, I just want to join with us. And it occurred to me that even for the month of January, as we proceed forward, the declarations of our nation, we probably should do it even for every time we do Wednesday prayer, continue to declare it, that it begins to get into the atmosphere, into people's minds, into their spirits, and it moves them forward in terms of raising expectations, in terms of what God is about to do in our nation. I'm expectant. I'm saying despite all of the negatives we are hearing, there is light that is breaking forth in the darkness that exists. The people who have walked in darkness have seen a great light. And even as we've come out of the Advent season into the new year, it is so powerful that what God is going to do in our nation if we are just obedient. Remember, we spoke about that yesterday in terms of taking the mountains, in terms of when you see the ark, follow the ark.
Yes, the
and
ark
take
of the
your
covenant.
mountain. So the encouragement is take your mountain, possess the land that God has given you in 2022.
And dispatch the giants
Aye.
because it is divinely ordained.
Yes.
All right. So this morning we will focus on the declarations for the nation. The encouragement is, of course, for all listeners to kind of review their own circumstances and get a nice spiritual alignment going and make declarations for themselves.
In an individual way over their
Yes.
families.
Prophesy over your life,
Yeah. in
your
terms of-
children.
yeah.
Right.
And as we talk about, I have to recount this experience in terms of the words that you speak and the impact that they have on individuals as people. As I've said before, in naming my children, their names meant something. It means something. So Daniel, God as George; Abigail, her father's delight; Matthew, Alexander. Matthew means God's gift.
Who's Abigail?
That's my firstborn. She's Daniel Abigail.
Oh, you made it sound like a group.
No. So they have middle names. And Matthew.
Daniel Abigail.
Yeah. Matthew Alexander.
So go back to the meaning of Daniel Abigail.
God has George. That's Daniel.
Right.
And Abigail,
Abigail.
her father's delight.
Ah, okay. So
Father's
God has judged her father's delight.
Yes. Okay. And then Matthew Alexander, which is Matthew is gift of God. Alexander, he shall rule. Gift of God, who shall rule. And then Mr. Wonderful, which is Jonte. I call him Mr. Wonderful. Jonte
Prince
means
Jonte.
grace. God's grace. Benjamin, son of my right hand, because he came at a time when we thought we were finished. And so
He came from your right hand.
yes, strength, yes.
Okay.
So in naming them,
But weren't the Benjamites the left-handed people?
yeah. Interesting.
I just throw that,
in, yeah, but they're left-handed, that's how they, but
Yes.
I
you
remember
pull that-
Benjamin was born after Jacob. I thought that
Well, he was born of the beloved wife,
right, yeah.
Rachel.
Right.
And
But
Rachel
in
really
naming-
wasn't very fertile.
Yeah. But the thing is, the naming of your children, as the Africans do, and in other countries, we hear the name Akeem. Akeem means prince. So even when you meet an African, they tell me their name and I say what it means, and they indicate what it means, and it's kind of very prophetic for them in terms of what happens. But the words you speak over your children, just a quick tip in parenting, will propel them forward or pull them back.
So my son is Daniel Alexander.
Aye. So you know what that means?
God has judged him to rule.
Yes.
He's very much that.
Yes, so that's very important.
Yes.
And an incident that happened, we're at school and we always encourage our children. So I'm at school and the guidance counselor comes to me and says, what it is that you're telling your son at home? I said, what do you mean? She says he gets up in the class and he's declaring to everybody that he's a prince. I says, so what's wrong with that? That's what I tell him every day. So he buys into that narrative, and because I'm daddy's prince, mommy is queen, daddy is king.
He doesn't run around and say
that he's a
Well, I was
prince.
getting some disturbing images myself. I'm a prince. I'm a prince.
But in terms of the understanding, in terms of your self-esteem and
I'm
the
a
encouragement.
prince.
Yes, I'm a prince.
Who
Yeah.
was challenging him?
The teacher was saying, but it's important the words we speak over our
No
children.
man, the children must have self-worth that exceeds their circumstances. And they shouldn't look around at anything in their environment and feel that it limits them.
Yeah.
So that is amongst the declarations that I have too. There is a comment on the princes of the land and the limitations that they impose. So, all right, how you want to do this? Because I am in your hands for this one.
Oh, but what you'll do, what I've done, and I've just pulled this from another source. He calls it a spiritual Magna Carta. You remember what the Magna
You've
Carta was?
plagiarized?
That's all right. That's all right.
Yes, but you must give full credit to the source.
source, yeah.
Let's look at it.
Yes. So, what he did, and it's somebody, because we as a church had 50 declarations over the nations out of England and what they have said in terms of church, government, justice, and protection.
Okay, I can already hear some people saying, out of England, put it away.
No, it's not.
With the Queen.
It's all right.
Pack it in the box with the Queen.
Yeah, you're in the box with the Queen. But it's passion for the nation, which we have a passion for our nation
Yeah.
in terms of what we declare and how they have done it. Because of the increase of his government and peace, there will be no end. Isaiah 9:7. In terms of what that declares.
But you know, the history of this document that you have plagiarized from the you English people, it's very interesting though that in the year 2016, people across the United Kingdom created a charter of declarations over their church, their government, justice, protection, and they ended up with a bunch of declarations. It is really interesting because it just tells you that even the United Kingdom, where you know we certainly we look at them through some very narrow lens. We look at them as the colonial masters. We look at them as the enslavers, the oppressors. We look at them through some very negative lens. And here you have been able to pull something out. We blame them for so many things. Even as I'm saying it, my mind is running up a list of offenses. And here you have been able to find something that is seemingly quite worthy. And I'm drawn to it. I'm drawn to it because the irony of it is so great that it must be valuable. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is that nugget of gold in the mouth of the fish. You just do not expect to find anything of value
there are a lot of stuff
in the
that
mouth
is
of a fish.
Even in terms of some churches, as what has happened in England.
Yeah.
Because a lot of churches have become bars and nightclubs. You know that in England.
Yes,
That's a new
yes.
phenomenon.
I keep hearing the churchmen say that. How no, I'll know that.
Because you see.
What? You miss the church or you visit the bar?
Visit the bar, both.
Oh, this used to be a church.
Yeah, you understand because you see what it is at.
Yeah.
But that's kind of interesting though, in our context. They say we have the greatest number of churches per square mile, but I tell them I think we have more bars per square mile than anything else in terms of those the pubs and things. But They're seeing a revival though in terms
in
of
England.
in terms of what is happening with a lot of the immigrants that have come over, the people from the Africa, from those countries, and
they're bringing their spirituality
back to England and causing for the
All right.
people to wake up.
Okay, so when I do declarations, while I am open to inspiration from diverse array of sources, I try to be so very specific to my own situation. I try not to bring another man's thought process into what I do, because I want it to be purely from my heart, my country, so I don't know how you will do that, but maybe what we should do then is start with what's leading us in this direction, and since I'm the one who kind of been pushing for it, if you don't mind, I can start with what I have.
No, that's all right. That's what I'm saying.
We can discuss it. My hope is that those who are listening to us and who believe in the value of this kind of process, that you will share with us and add your own, flavors to it, and what can work for the nation. Some of what we say will work for that we seek to achieve. This is man and God working in tandem. Just the power of the positive affirmations, and will begin to give it a force that is transformative in your own life. So here goes. From yesterday we were looking at the foundations of building a just society, and at the same time considering what is a recurring theme in all phases of human civilization, namely that the nations do conspire. And by nations, you can say families conspire, individuals come together and conspire. And the question was posed in Psalm chapter 2, verse 1. Why do nations conspire and people plot in vain? Meaning to say, all your plots are in vain. No matter how successful you think it is going at the moment, if you are conspiring against the will of God, against the fruitfulness and the abundance that is promised to the people of God, and we are all people of God, we are created by Him. Some of us may go rogue and behave in a certain way, like when we are plotting against one another. It is a vain attempt. So, in Psalm, it is asked very early in the book, why do nations conspire and people plot in vain? If you look at the front page of today's paper, continuing from yesterday, we see that a young man of military training who was in Jamaica sometime in October has been named as one of the main actors in the assassination of Prime Minister. What was his title again? President Moïse of Haiti. And there was a semi-public scrap for who would get him. Having been found here, he served his 5 days, then to be deported. Would he go to Colombia? He has a Colombian passport. Would he go to Haiti because he's been accused of a crime in Haiti? And then the Americans, the 1,000-pound gorilla entered the fray. Well, needless to say, he's now in America. Jamaica having sent him to Colombia. In Panama, the return to Colombia became a flight to Florida. And you see these things, and because the playbook is so old and kind of is one strategy, that when he left Jamaica for Colombia, he was really going to America. And then this morning, you see details of the plot being put on the front page. And I feel like somebody take us for idiots. Why do the nations conspire? Why do people plot in vain? It means, therefore, when you see these things, you can take note of it because, for example, I speak of it now. You want to be able to participate in a conversation about it if called upon. But do not be preoccupied or distracted by these things, which are the outpouring of the same kind of evil, dishonest, conspiratorial attempts in high places. What is this? The spiritual wickedness. It is the evidence of spiritual wickedness in high places. There are some things that we should know and don't allow our common sense to be displaced. The head of a country cannot be assassinated just like that. I mean, unless it's domestic violence. The one thing, and you've seen it in Proverbs, it says, the spider a lizard is a small creature, but you'll see him in the palace. So there are some things that defy common sense and logic because of how God has set it. Well, I tell you, the leader of a country isn't taken out just like that. So you know that there has to have been support and organization occurring at a very high level, involving foreign governments too, because if Haiti could mobilize itself to kill its prime minister, its president, just like that, Haiti could mobilize itself to do some other things more beneficial to the nation. So when you see something like that, and then you see this public display and sharing of information and so on, do not be distracted by it. Focus your attention on getting your declarations for your nation and for yourself right, and putting your house in order so that you are ready at any time for anything. That's the best way I can put it, because I really don't want to spend too much time speculating on, who really funded the assassination of.
It's only be speculation.
I don't want to join in
conjecture.
Speculate, right? But at the same time, I want us to recognize that these things happen. They happen with the highest level of support and and financial involvement of some serious people, and those people are always there. They're always working, and they are working against us even as I speak. So my first declaration, coming out of the recognition that we operate and live in a society that is capable of many things, and most of them not good. That's one. The second is that in the effort for growth and transformative growth, there is the need for some persons to step out and do exploits, to be outstanding in their contribution. The breaker anointing, Pastor called it yesterday, out of Micah chapter 2, verse 13. My declarations will call forth those who have that anointing, who have that talent, that mission, that determination to break open the gates that enclose us and keep us in a pen, and the gates to abundance, the gates to self-fulfillment, the gates that will move Jamaica in the direction we want to. And my declarations also recognize out of Jeremiah 22, verse 13, that we are warned and we know that disaster awaits those who build their palace, their wealth, their government, their structure by unrighteousness. Unrighteousness really meaning you behave dishonestly, meanly, you are delinquent in carrying out your duties, or you are uncaring. Your behavior is not right towards those who look to you, whose resources you administer, or for whom you have put yourself in a place of responsibility. So all those who build their palace by unrighteousness and their upper rooms by injustice. Now, injustice in every sense of the word, in every sphere of life. There is like nothing you can really do in which there isn't some expectation by those participating in it that they will be treated fairly and justly. Nothing. Injustice doesn't just occur in court where one judge or a group of jurors have to make a decision. Injustice is just when you deserve right treatment and you are treated wrongly. Whether it is between two citizens doing a transaction or between government and citizen getting access to something. Injustice. We do not build our upper room. What's your upper room? How would you define upper room in the spiritual sense? Your upper room is as I understand it, and I'm taking it now from when that the woman of Shunem built an upper room for the prophet.
To relax.
That is the high point of your house, your secret place, your place of inspiration and, as you say, relaxation. The place with the best view.
Of everything.
Right. So your upper room is the pinnacle of your wealth.
And it's interesting that
So if you build it on injustice, I guess
have a
what would be
problem.
the upper room in the Jamaican setting? Parliament is our upper room where the great ones go to make laws for our benefit.
it could be, and it could be in the
And in the corporate
World,
sense, yes,
yeah.
it's the big companies
the boardrooms.
the boardrooms of the companies that administer and control great wealth.
And so
And in the
upper room
Justice
system-
Department, you say it would be the courts, the highest court, Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal, and, well, the Privy Council continues.
And in the-
We don't even control that upper room.
Yeah, but the upper room is where decisions are made that have wide-reaching impact on people's lives.
Like the verandas of Upper St. Andrew.
Anywhere.
Yeah, where people sit to have drinks and plot
Not
and
only
plan the
to
different
plot and to
moves.
plan and to make
Yeah.
these deals.
So you who build your upper room by injustice, it is saying now, or let's take even yesterday, Neville talked about the banks. I had an experience with an account I have at a bank too, where I left a small sum in it, and when I look, only a few cents were left, and I see a raft of fees, including interest, that were taken from the account. I don't have a loan with them. I don't have anything with them that could cause them
And
to
that has
take
been a
interest
source-
from my account.
source of-
And I
of-
said, but this really, I have to deal with this at some point. So the upper rooms really where persons sit to decide the things that bring about pain and loss for those who are below them.
Yeah.
If you build it on injustice, woe unto you. So Jeremiah has something there as he was sharing some of his great exploits. I said to him, yes, sacrifice. You said you sacrificed the corporate paycheck, went into full-time ministry. And I know that we're going to talk about the personal sacrifice that becomes necessary when you forge a covenant. You got to put something on the altar.
Yeah.
And that is we want to talk our
And
listeners
David
through.
said that I will not
give anything to my God for which I have not paid full value.
Yeah.
When he wanted to purchase the
field.
threshing floor of Aruna.
Yeah.
Aruna the Jebusite said, you can have it for free.
And he said no.
And he said, no, nothing for my God for which I have not paid full value.
price
It
that you
must
have to-
cost me something.
And so if as you take in the wider principle, we've lost that in our society. People willing to sacrifice to
Yeah.
give something for the greater good.
Well, in concerning the vaccine, people were saying all Jamaicans should sacrifice their concerns they have about their personal health for the greater good. So never mind that you might die if you take it. That's a sacrifice you should be prepared to make to secure the health of your brothers and
I
sisters.
remember the bioethicist who
That is that's a serious sacrifice.
lauded was lambasting Jamaicans saying, you're being selfish.
Yes. Yeah.
I know what has emerged is that, yeah.
I see I have distracted you.
Yeah, I will not go down
All right.
that road. this
So
morning.
I'm going to just say what my 3 declarations are. We talk about them when we come back because we're right up on the break. Okay. The first declaration is, I decree and I declare that no longer shall the princes and leaders of the land abuse and oppress the people. Declaration number 1. We talk about it. Number 2, I decree and I declare a time of freedom, empowerment, and prosperity for the people, a season of outstanding achievement. That's number 2. And the third one, I decree and I declare that the administration of justice in every sphere of life shall be freed from the limitations of cynical and unbelieving men and women, and that justice shall indeed flow like living waters from the throne of God into the bellies of every man and woman
in Jamaica. And interestingly,
so take the break
decrees
now.
and declarations that you have
We'll
made,
go into our discussion of it when we return.
because those line up with the whole thing of.
We'll be right back.
Year in Review 2021. Recovering stronger together.
Increasing access to justice for all is a commitment of the Ministry of Justice, and work was advanced in this regard during the year that was. Justices of the Peace, JPs, play a lead role in ensuring access to justice services at the community level. And last year, the ministry began the introduction of an email service for JPs across the island.
We're in the process for this financial year to introduce an electronic email address for Justices of the Peace so that any individual can simply type in that Justice of the Peace first name, last name at jp.gov.jm and should be able to make contact with that Justice of the Peace by electronic mail. Now, this introduction of an electronic email will be rolled out by the latest, the last quarter of 2021-22.
Director of Public Law, Restorative and Preventative Justice in the ministry, Julia Moncrief Wigan. The ministry also expanded the role of JPs with the introduction of a new seal design that allows all commissioned JPs to be able to serve island-wide. The capacity of the judicial system to facilitate effective access to justice was boosted with the addition of 2 new, specially retrofitted buses to serve as mobile testimony units. The buses are equipped with state-of-the-art equipment that includes video conferencing capabilities to facilitate participation in court activities from remote locations. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck said the units are in keeping with the goal of modernizing the justice system while also protecting the interests of victims of crime.
And this is what we hope will happen with these 2 mobile buses, where witnesses, especially vulnerable witnesses who have difficulty getting to court, or persons who have been the victims of the crime and who do not want to face the accused in court, can actually and should be able to testify remotely.
Greater use of technology in the courts was also facilitated by a $20 million contract signed between the Universal Service Fund and the Court Administration Division for the procurement of information communication technology ICT equipment. Physical infrastructure also received attention during the year. This included the renovation of the Clarendon Parish Court in May Pen. A contract valued at $120 million was signed in December, with work expected to be completed on the project in the 2022-2023 financial year.
We intend to retile the walkways and the corridors. We are going to install additional water storage and improve the water and sewage lines for the facility. We are going to improve the electrical services. We are going to be fixing all the existing windows and doors, install new air conditioning units, install an elevator that will support the improved access for the physically challenged. And we are going to install fiberglass public seating in the waiting area and make sure that as we rehabilitate this court, it becomes a modern facility.
Still on infrastructure, the Augustown Restorative Justice Center was officially reopened after it was relocated to renovated office space at 83 Augustown Road. The ministry also signed a $90 million contract with Contracts Enterprise Limited for the establishment of a family court facility in St. Anne's Bay, St. Anne. Meanwhile, groundwork was also laid for increasing the speed at which matters are disposed of at the parish court level. This as the ministry partnered with the Dispute Resolution Foundation, the DRF, to launch a pilot of its short-term mediation program in all parish courts.
Many of the cases in the parish courts are simple matters, but the parties feel that they need the court and litigation to settle it. Really, there's no need for many of them to go to court. But even once they're in court, the likelihood is that the parish court judge will refer many of them, and I hope as many as possible, to mediation.
Minister of Justice, Delroy Chuck. In addition to mediation, work was also advanced to increase the number of restorative justice RJ centers across the island to 20. The Ministry of Justice in 2021 and beyond, ensuring access to justice for all.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
The station that makes you feel good.
I love the station. I think it's great.
My station.
Moving.
My station.
Moving. Moving. Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Best FM, keep listening.
The Go Loud Cash Call is live and 50K is on the line. Tune in to Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Who knows? It could be your lucky number. Must be using the Go Loud app and a Digicel customer to qualify. Go Loud, simply more radio and podcast. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lottery Act.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Live the life. Respect the music. And keep your radio locked in.
The best 100 FM.
Who's ready to answer the Go Loud Cash Call? Here's your chance to be one of 4 winners of 50,000 weekly. Just answer the Go Loud Cash Call with the phrase
Simply More Radio and Podcast.
and the money is yours. Tune in to Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Go Loud, Simply More Radio and Podcast. Text 402 to 137 for more information. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the
Best FM, the champion.
and you've got it.
Greetings, Bitter Sugar returns to Best FM Wednesdays 6 to 8 p.m. Tune in as we put forward Bitter Sugar. Yes, your host, Brother Miguel Lorne, as we ride. This is education, African fundamentalism, purity of the race, self-reliance, repatriation. These are topics we're going to go into. Tune in, Best FM, as we put forward Bitter Sugar once more.
Isn't it strange how princesses and kings?
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning and welcome back. So for those who are just joining us in the 7 o'clock hour, Pastor Percy and I are now tackling the crafting of the declarations for the nation. You know, the old word for them is resolutions, but we are calling them declarations because we know that done correctly, they are indeed quite powerful. They are attainable. They're not the kind of thing that you make on the 1st of January and abandon by the end of the week. These will stay with us, and we have set ourselves a program to frame them, to declare them, meaning speak them to you, hopefully, those who believe that they can associate themselves with these declarations will make a note of them and repeat them. Just declare it as frequently as you can so that in the spiritual realm, things begin to shift. What do I mean by the spiritual realm? Not the place that we belittle and make jokes about and talk about ghosts and boogeymen. No, the spiritual realm is the invisible realm where ideas exist, where your spiritual being is unending, is huge, has knowledge and access to knowledge and power beyond what your natural mind can comprehend. The invisible place where all of the cutting edge technology has its birth. You know, where we say this of the natural realm, we say that a man is contained within the 4 square corners of his knowledge and his experience. And when we say think outside the box is referring to that construct within which our existence is confined. But every now and then there is a break in the clouds, a portal opens, and you have access to the invisible realm where everything exists, and you pull from it, if you can, a fresh idea, something that has no foundation in your actual sphere of reference. So, for example, if you are a family in which nobody ever got to university, everybody grew up and do the same thing, you cannot think of a family member who would be an inspiration for you to say, I'm going to head in that direction. And you, as a child born into a family such as that, just decide that, you know what? I'm going to go to university. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to. And you find yourself not only nurturing the idea, but making connections with other persons outside of your normal sphere of influence who become your partners, your helpers, your mentors to take you in this new direction. It is the story of all of us, of most of us. Certainly it is my story.
It is my story.
Once that happens,
you break that.
And there's the breaker anointing. You become the one who breaks open the gates, and after that, you see the change happening. Your brother's children begin to do the same thing.
That's so true.
And if you are from like a small community, you may see only one person, and then when you look, every family in that community begin to have children going to university, becoming lawyers, doctors, stepping out, driving cars. You see it, or it is the story of us. So we know that it is possible, and it is possible when you tap into that invisible realm, which gives you new things, treasures hidden in secret places. It's the secret place of all secret places.
So
that's what I mean when I say the spiritual realm. I am speaking of the invisible realm, where the idea is just sitting there waiting to be brought home by you or by me or pastor, and it becomes, you find a way to make it a reality.
You know, that is a very important concept. A lot of us who comes with an idea visible and we work on it and becomes a reality. So even as it's 7:15, and so in the morning as we begin to make the declarations, I've heard your declarations and I agree with them, and I'm going to continue. So you want to see those declarations again, and then
please.
As in the time of prayer that we have locked it for prayer, to just go into it. And I'm going to give some scriptural references in terms of what I'm declaring over Jamaica.
Yes.
As we move into our 60th year of being independent as a nation.
We're getting on in years.
Yes,
I shall be respectful. Okay. So I decree and I declare that no longer shall the princes and leaders of the land abuse and oppress the people. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach.
Go ahead.
I decree and I declare a time of freedom, of empowerment and prosperity for the people, a season of outstanding achievement for all Jamaicans. I decree and I declare that the administration of justice in every sphere of life shall be freed from the limitations of cynical and unbelieving men and women, and that justice shall indeed flow like living waters from the throne of God into the bellies of every man and woman in Jamaica.
Amen.
That last is perhaps the first in my heart, because too often we come in contact with persons who have authority, are exercising authority, but they're doing it from such a place of hurt, of brokenness, of cynicism, of unbelief, that it contaminates the very justice that they seek to deliver, the justice that they are enjoined to deliver. I was in court yesterday and I saw it. I saw this attitude exemplified at many levels. I saw it in the parish judge who spoke at great length. I saw it in counsel at the bench who were interacting with the court on behalf of their clients in various ways. I saw it in the complainants. I saw it in the accused men and women who are part of the system. And as I sat there observing and learning, my heart was just so pained by some of what I saw. It was encouraging to see the spirit and the desire of each participant to take something of value from the system. It's why they showed up. It's why they're there. They do have the little mustard seed faith that this is a place where they can get something. But as I watched the interaction, I just said, Lord, let's find balance. I don't know. I think judges should have term limits. I believe that after you've been seeing the worst of human behavior marching across, the pages of your career, you become jaded, you become cynical, and it is very hard for them to maintain balance. That is my belief. And so my declaration this morning is for the judges, the leaders, those who are administering justice everywhere. Because, if you give term limits to everybody, very soon you won't have anybody to work. And very soon you'll start just moving them around. It would be the same tired people occupying different chairs, and you will get the same contaminated output. So it tells me that we do need to usher in the renewed mind. And this is the mind that can be renewed daily. A fresh infusion of love, of hope, just a fresh spirit that allows us to do the same old things in a new way, in a way that will actually deliver what it promises. When you are in court, it is the only place where you should see at all times that there is indeed a presumption of innocence, because that is the foundation of our judicial system as it relates to certain matters, criminal matters in particular. But I tell you, if you sit in any one of those courts, no, it is guilty until you display your innocence. That is the way, that's the treatment, that there's just such cynicism. Anyway, I don't want to take away from my declarations, but it is really in my heart to say that we do need to get back to that place, renew that covenant of love, honor, respect, so that we can indeed treat each other with a more forgiving spirit, and that it is, really a quid pro quo. Each side is giving something in return for what they want, but giving it with the spirit that it ought to have. Ready, Pastor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The declaration that speaks to the princes and leaders of the land. If I had to rank them, that really is the second. Because if the princes and the leaders of our land are more diligent and caring in how they manage the wealth that is under their control, then the third declaration, that the people enjoy a season of achievement, of prosperity and empowerment, that declaration would be self-fulfilling if we get the first two right.
Okay. Wonderful. And so, good morning as you join us in prayer, join me in prayer. I'm going to be making some declarations, but I'm going to base it in Scripture. Having come out of the season of Advent, in which we celebrate the incarnation of God to man in terms of he becoming flesh. Isaiah 9:6 says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David, and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice, from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform it." And so we are declaring that into the heavens. We are declaring that this morning into Jamaica, land we love. And we are declaring and decreeing that your people across Jamaica and the diaspora on this 5th day of January, we'll be able to shape and establish a government and fabric for this generation and the generations to come. That the name of God will be exalted in this nation. The sovereign purpose for Jamaica in terms of the earth will be established, and the kingdom of God in all its variety and purpose will become increasingly established. And I'm going to make some declarations related to the church, which I believe plays a very important part in our nation. 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, and I declare it, and my people, Jamaicans, who are called by my name, humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I'll hear them from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. Responsibility of the church. Now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to prayer and declarations that are being offered. So over the church, we are declaring today that truly your headship will be established. Your words will be our words and your will be our will. Your people will be positioned, empowered, and released, that kingdom plans for peace, mercy, and hope will be established in Jamaica. That indeed we'll arise and take our God-given place, even above national governments ruling and reigning through God-aligned prayer and declarations. That indeed the reform that needs to happen in our nation will take place. That indeed where churches are gathered and persons and individuals will align themselves with kingdom purposes. And you hear us talking about kingdom. Kingdom is God's intention for what we do. Principles of love and honor and respect that will bring about transformation. That indeed the law of our land will affirm and release God's given commission to our people. We stand in our God-given identity and speak over Jamaica. In regards to the government, the word of God says to us in Daniel 4, and we are declaring that indeed, Daniel 4 and verse 7, we make a declaration today. And what is a simple declaration that we understand? Even as Minette has been speaking about the princes, it's important that we understand that this sentence and this decree we're making, this decision is a command of the Holy Ones, that the living may know that the Most High rules over the kingdom of mankind, and he bestows it on whoever he desires, and sets it over it the humblest and lowest of men. That's important as we speak about the princes of nations, as they are ruling in our nation. We are making a decree that they'll become humble because they understand that they are ruling this nation for God. They are standing in the place of God. And we decree and declare that God is the highest authority in heaven and earth. He is the judge. He is the legislator. He is the king. Natural government and sovereignty, judicial and legislative will acknowledge that he is the true king, lawgiver, and king. All matters pertaining to the law and administration of justice will align and enforce what we determine our kingdom values, including the principle of the freedom of choice, freedom of conscience, and the sanctity of life. We declare your law, our democracy, the government of the people, for the people, by the people, will release peace, health, welfare, security, prosperity for all social, ethnic, cultural, and groups within Jamaican society. Government will not be divided, but united for your purpose and plan. We decree and declare righteousness, honesty, integrity will be the hallmark of every aspect of our government, financial institution, businesses, society and the standard by which all those involved will operate. We decree and declare boundaries and borders with other nations and people groups, whether they be legislative, judicial, physical, spiritual, political, or economic, will be established according to the God-given design. We decree and declare finances in our country will be stewarded with wisdom. The ability to create wealth will be upon the nation, and those in genuine need identified and provided for. We decree and declare over Jamaica, those leaders chosen and appointed by God will carry authority, wisdom, and stature. The words and thoughts of all leaders across the land in every pillar of the land will align with God-given plans, surrounded and informed by godly advisors. We decree and declare, according to Psalms 89 and verse 14, you hear me say this all the time in this place, that indeed, and we decree and declare over our nation, that righteousness and justice indeed are the foundation of your throne. Loving kindness and truth go before you in terms of our justice system. So we decree and declare in every court of our land, every industrial dispute tribunal, family courts, local and parish courts, the High Court, the Supreme Court, and all arbitration, justice, mercy, truth, and alignment with God-given precepts will prevail. We decree and declare, according to your word, no person is above the law, and every person will be protected by the law of our land without regard to race, sex, or social standing. We decree and declare that women from all backgrounds will be protected by law and experience justice and equality in all matters of life, including marriage, divorce, family, education, financial transactions, and inheritance. We decree and declare, according to Psalms 91, and we know that well, this nation will be a place of safety as established by our law. And over the high places of our nation, over our cities, our borders, streets, and over all high-profile locations connected to strengthening the civil authorities, protection, we decree and declare that police, army, civil authorities will walk in God-given revelation and wisdom through the prayers of your people that are being ordered today. We decree and declare the government and legislation of Jamaica will align, facilitate, and resource transformation of the Jamaican society with kingdom values in all matters of family, education, sexuality, community, media, arts, business, medicine, research, science, technology, and religion. So we decree and declare, as a result of the things that we have spoken over the church, over our government, over the justice system, over the protection, that stable, loving families built according to your word, affirming the God-given unique position and responsibility of all nations, will be a foundation of the Jamaican society. We decree and declare that vision, skill, investment will cause jobs to be created in Jamaica. Businesses will flourish, entrepreneurs will be released, facilitated by financial markets and national and international trade agreements. We decree and declare that the monetary policy of the BOJ indeed will cause for flourishing to happen. We decree and declare that communities will be transformed through God-given love and compassion, facilitated by partnerships of business, social services, the councils, the parish councils, and health service. We decree and declare that truth will become an abiding component of all media in our society. We decree and declare that purity will be honored in terms of arts and entertainment. We decree and declare that within our society, that kingdom values in regards to purity will be within our educational system. And we decree and declare that those who work will receive a fair wage. Those unable to work will be provided for, and taxation in our society will be declared. So we decree and declare a new covenant. Love of God, love of neighbor, respect and honor will arise in our nation at this time. Amen.
We'll be right back.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
Believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
Live the life. Respect the music. And keep your radio locked in.
The best 100 FM.
The Go Loud Cash Call is live and 50K is on the line. Tune in to Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Who knows? It could be your lucky number. Must be using the Go Loud app and a digital customer to qualify. Go Loud, simply more radio and podcast. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and
Half a tree, 100, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
You big star. Yeah, man. Respect my boss.
Yeah, try calling him, cause trust me.
Winters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
What a relief.
The station that makes you feel good.
I love the station. I think it's great.
My station.
Moving.
My station.
Moving. Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Best FM, keep listening.
Who's ready to answer the Go Loud Cash Call? Here's your chance to be one of 4 winners of 50,000 weekly. Just answer the Go Loud Cash Call with the phrase
Simply More Radio and Podcast.
and the money is yours. Tune in to Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Go Loud, Simply More Radio and Podcast. Text 402 to 137 for more information. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Vegam Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vegam Printers, your best choice in printing.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Amen.
And welcome back. So all that remains for us now is that we offer these declarations
as our prayer
they have been made
over our nation.
As the prayer over the nation and over the people of this country.
Yes. And as we have decreed and declared those declarations over our country, it is so important that the declaration is that our country will be transformed All those things coming together as we humble ourselves before Him. And so we declare it is already done. It is already done as we lift up our hearts.
Ryan Ma, Kevin Downswell. I don't know who you are, and I don't know where you are. But God said to tell you, it's already done. My friend, you're coming out. You're coming out.
God is speaking.
I see you wondering why me in the midst of your adversity.
God is speaking.
But if you dare trust in me, I will supply all you need. I will take you over. I will take you over.
Dropping the best gospel right here on Best 100 FM.
To you I will cleave. I'm standing right there in the midst of your fair. I will be your brother, man. Stay close to me, my son. It's already done. It's already done. The victory is won. It's already done. It's already done. Ryan Ma. I often ask why me, why they took my family. Oh, yeah. And when the world is falling on my shoulders, yes, I fall on my knees. Whoa, Lord, take me over. Please take me over. Please do not leave. To you I will cleave. I know that you're right here, standing in my days. You are my Father. Stay close to me, Master. It's already done. It's already done. You said it's done, then it's already done. I will not die here, even though I've cried here. The victory is won, 'cause you said it's won. Now, I'm running, but sometimes I don't feel like running. Keep pressing, though sometimes you don't feel like pressing. Keep your eyes on me. Will you trust in me? I will be with you to the end. It's already done. It's already done. The victory is won. It's already done. I will not die here, even though I've cried here. The victory is won. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. The victory is won. No matter what, it's already done. You're gonna get over this. I will not die here. Don't give up. Even though I cried here. With Christ, you're more than a conqueror. Finish well. My brother, Ryan Ma.
Welcome back. We will finish well as we've made those declarations over our nation, and we move forward with great expectation and anticipation
and confidence.
Yes, that the shift has happened.
The thing that I want to remind Jamaicans of, remind us of, is that when we say something is already done, it's not necessarily done in your lifetime, you know, because we are not limited by time in this respect.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning to say that this is my leg of the race.
Come on.
I know that there is...
Preach on, sister. Preach on, sister.
That's the best way to shut me up. All right, you preach on.
No, not to shut you up. Preach on, sister. You're preaching it, man, this morning. You don't like to preach?
No, I don't like to preach.
You don't like to speak and preach and teach?
No.
According to your friend yesterday.
My new friend, Mr. Griffith.
Yeah, Mr. Griffith. Preach and teach. But it is important that we recognize as individuals in this race of life that there are different legs that different ones of us have to do. And what is most important, that if you're running a leg, you have to do better than the person that have gone ahead of you. And I think to
redeem the time.
Redeem the time, sister. But beyond that, I think we have failed the founding fathers of this nation in terms of not improving it. The founding fathers of Jamaica.
You see my face?
Yeah. We're not founding fathers. We're not people who are considered the people.
Who are they?
Well, I think
their identity determines whether or not we fail them or we have finally escaped.
No, man.
The tragedy that they laid down for us.
I don't know.
The two Jamaicas.
No.
With their own founding father.
Well.
The Ishmael and Isaac.
The Ishmael and Isaac, you gone on for another thing. But the people who have been important in terms of birthing, you'd call it the modern Jamaica.
You know, Jamaica, the right Jamaica not born yet. You are the midwife.
You know, forget that.
No, but it is a point worth emphasizing. Some of the struggles that we're having are really birth pains.
True.
Because the Jamaica, the history of Jamaica, I was just even looking back at, because I ask, and I've asked many times, and I noticed that there are different colors of skin. Why mine black? Not to express dissatisfaction, but to seek understanding. And what has come to me, just even this morning as I'm contemplating it, what has come to me is that of all the skin colors that the Lord has placed in the different people, the one that you can't mess with, can't mistake, notwithstanding all the bleaching efforts, this black skin of mine, for nations with different ethnic peculiarities, might be the nose big, or the medical science has come up with every kind of way to change your features and your look so that your white skin and a little tweaking of the nose, a removal of the occipital fold in the eyelid, a little touching up of this or that can disguise your look to be something else.
But
this skin of mine,
can't do it at all.
I said, why would God choose a color for a set of people that they stand out? Let me tell you, it is a thing of beauty and commentary when you see that rainbow coalition and you see the one black face. The black face, not the brown or you understand what I'm saying? And I say, Lord, you have given me a color that makes me a mystery, a sign and a wonder.
We are a sign and a wonder to the rest of the world because we were at the beginning. So
now you preach and teach.
But I recalled a person said, and I shared it with you after the program finished yesterday. He said, in order for humanity as we know it to move forward, if you think of
it's you who said that to me. I was trying to remember.
If you think of it as in terms of what do you think of it in terms of carrying an object forward?
Mm-hmm.
What does happen? The object going forward.
All right, just call it the baton.
The baton. Or I was thinking of a coffin, but not a
coffin. Not a coffin. What is wrong with you?
That's a picture. If you think of
this is a man who does many weddings and many funerals. At the funeral, they carry the coffin.
Yeah.
At the wedding, they carry a ring.
Yes.
Usually gold, something beautiful.
Right.
And so you would choose...
No, but I was just trying to get a picture. If you think of moving an object forward, whatever it is, the baton.
The baton.
Right.
Le baton.
We, having started the race, it is acknowledged.
Now you're preaching and teaching.
No, it's acknowledged.
Cradle of life in Africa. The black man had the first stick.
Right. So in order to finish well, the baton has to come back around to us to finish the race well.
Yeah.
Because if it started with us, we have to finish well.
So humanity is toast until the black man takes his rightful place.
In terms of the League of Nations and what is happening.
Yes.
And so we can take hope in it because I'm seeing rising up out of the continent of Africa a self-sufficiency, a prosperity in this time that we've never seen before in terms of what God is going to do. Because we have to get at our place and all.
Someone sent me a video, which I'm going to share with you. And I thank Mr. Newton James, if you're listening to us this morning. I call your name because I so appreciated the video. He sent me a speech being made by I don't want to mistake the pronunciation of the name, but a professor who was speaking on the decolonization of religion, of Black economies and culture. And I got depressed. Listening to the many ways and the many nations that had abused the Africans.
But
it would seem to me that there's nobody who met us, who crossed the threshold, who did not come to kill, steal, and destroy. Not one.
But
and of course, I said, how could we be such a victim? How could Africans be the perennial victim? Lord, you could not have said it so. And that from yesterday, I've been thinking.
It's time. I tell people
and then you
time.
You have to be counterintuitive. Whenever you see something under so much pressure, you must know there is greatness there. You must know there's a diamond to be released.
So the time has come, and the time has come, and there's a rising.
Yes,
in terms around the world.
I'm remembering. I think it is Enlightened Self-Interest yesterday, who said. Or the day before, who said, all the people, this is the day before, the people who call and say, oh, poor us, blah, 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 or no, I'm mixing up two calls. The one where he said we should stop talking about all the greatness that is within us and who is great and who did fantastic things, and just look at the damage and the chaos and the bad things that we're doing and just do something about it. No, we're not great. We're not great until we actually stop and transform and head in a new direction.
That's the repent of the things that they are.
The other word for that is repentance.
Yeah, to repent.
Which is the attitude, the beatitude of the last week of the year. We said, let us get into an attitude of repentance so that we can be in the right frame of mind to plan the way forward as we tackle 2022.
Okay, so it's time to work.
Someone else said all the time we've been talking about New Year. They've not seen, I think it's him, same one. The years have been the same. Murder, killing.
There's not two different.
Horrible.
The man was from Malvern speaking. Malvern was saying, we're talking about New Year, but they're not experiencing it. Yeah.
So we had those comments about the not so newness of the old year. Because we really just do the same old thing.
But we have to draw a line in the sand.
And these declarations that we have made,
draw a line in the sand.
That's our contribution.
We are drawing a line in the sand and says, no more. No more.
Last year we drew a line. This year we drew
and we're moving forward. And some of the time, if you reflect on what has happened, they have been changing. I can truthfully say, since the time we've been on here, is July. I think it's July we started. We have noticed a change in the tone of what people are saying. People are saying, okay, we recognize, but we need to move forward from where we are. We acknowledge
I say that to myself too, but at the risk of being delusional, I would say I've noticed a change even in ourselves.
Yeah.
In terms of we've grown with the show and with the work that we're trying to do, and we've got some positive feedback which has encouraged us.
Yeah, man.
Some people might say, don't encourage them.
No, man, it's all right.
I do feel encouraged that we're on the right path. I want us to open the lines because that has been our commitment since last year, to open the lines a little earlier. Could we do so, please, Mr. Engineer? And we take a few calls before the break. Suffice it to say, let me just repeat. The numbers to call are 619-1508 and 279-8473. We appreciate the involvement online. Thank you, Nalini, my sister in South Africa. Need to do some declarations for South Africa because we need to really spend some time making sure that we're getting things right where Africa is concerned. So we have our first call of the morning. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection.
Yes, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning, Malvern. How you doing?
All right, yes. I heard you say a word. I was wondering what you mean and in what context you uttered the word in your declaration and decree, you uttered the word sexuality. I didn't understand what it means.
I'm thinking of sexuality in terms of male and female, how God has created us.
You mean gender?
The male and female gender. Yeah.
Gender.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I was thinking about.
Let me
Male
find
and
it.
female.
Where is it? You know, did you hear me chastise him from borrowing some declarations from England?
Yes, I feel you. I feel the same way. I strongly believe in originality. Black people must have a pride, and not just always a follow white people. Okay.
And you know, sexuality is in that declaration that him borrow.
But the sexuality
so
I'm
forgive
speaking
him. He
about
means
is
gender.
male and female.
That's gender.
No.
Pastor, may I tell you, if you don't distinguish between the two, sexuality includes transvestite, LGBTQ.
That's what they have.
That's
what I was shocked. I was like saying, I don't understand.
Yes.
No, male. No, hold on. Let me clarify myself. Yeah. In Genesis, it says he created male and female created he them. My understanding of that, and that's clear, is male and female. The sexuality, yeah. But gender. Hold on. You see what has happened, you know? The meaning of certain words. Like I tell you a joke, you know. When you were growing up, and I figure you're the elder person, when it says somebody was gay.
All right, we have another call on the line. It is clear that you meant persons of male and female gender biologically.
Yes, that's what
not
I'm
as it relates to sexual practice.
That's how people
so
say.
let's cap it at that.
Right, because the word sexuality is behavior.
All right. But
most of us understand it that way, not Pastor. Pastor think it is the chromosome, the X and Y.
Pastor, you went to university, right?
Yes, sir.
And he's a scientist too, you know.
I went to high school only.
No.
Yes, to the point you're making. Yes, well made. I see the point you're making. It is well made. Pastor might have included some other things that persons of basic common understanding not going so far with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the expression of it.
Just too short in one to run.
Yes.
Church is not a building.
No.
Church is human being. It's people.
Right.
Yes.
So when you say the church turn to rum bar, you have to be specific and say the church building.
Church building.
Rum bar.
Yeah, but as you said that, you know, because in people's understanding, them say them going to church. Them going to a building. But our understanding of church,
Man,
ecclesia is a people.
just accept the point. It is a good point.
It's a good point.
Yes.
And one last thing, sir.
Thank you.
When you said, when you both said the baton has passed to the black man, to the black race, and it's time, and the only way for true healing and solutions is for us to be equal with everybody else.
Yeah.
No,
that was wonderful what you said.
That's what I said.
You said it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
We need to be free now and equal.
Yeah, man. That's what I said. That's what I meant too when I said it. Because it's kind of a walking, as somebody said, with a slouch. But we have to stand up lopsided as equal to every other race and see ourselves that way, even though they try to do that.
Yeah.
We are equal in standing and need to come back up. Yeah.
But in terms of role, we do have a definite role which we have abdicated or it's been interrupted or whatever you call it. I would say we dropped the baton or it's been hit out of our hands and we need to pick it up. Yeah.
Yes. No more being perpetual victims.
No, sir.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for that. Excellent first call. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Africa love. Now for me got my first call.
Africa love to you too.
Now after me got my first call. Right? And then now, look on the thing I know. You have a thing with the amalgamation. Where you have some guys now who try to inject or try to create a chemical that one would want change them skin with the Almighty give them to look different. You know what I mean? Sometimes I wonder what is really happened to us. If we get a gift as black, I look on the eye and see me and but that student and see me. Right?
Yes.
And maybe, one describe me, I'll Rasta call me Caucasian, but me not feel no way, why me don't feel no way?
You have the Kremlin in you.
I saw the Almighty make I.
Yes.
And me not go fight against the Almighty creation, You understand?
Yeah.
Because I'm create I. You know what I mean? And me give thanks to know so he's here. Same way.
And you have a role to play, and you are uniquely created for that role.
All right, my sister.
The color you have, the look you have, everything about you is perfect for the role that he has assigned you.
I think this man, I'm me laugh,
You laugh? What she say?
Because how proud you is to be a black girl.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Right? And when me see the eye, me expect to see one girl with some little long hair, makeup here upon her head and some lipstick.
No, man, she wear lipstick from time to time, but she's
natural,
yeah, very natural.
Natural girl.
Oh, that's very funny.
And she even dress weird to make it look like she different. She does fit in. You know what I mean? I admire her. You know what I mean? I said, this girl up on it, and she don't have no fancy makeup on her feet. Right. It just come like she just get up and she just...
No, she prepare herself.
She dip on the road.
Well, Rascalin.
Hey, the best FM. Best FM the greatest radio station right now in Jamaica,
I think so. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, the people, them real bunga person there. When we look for a bunga person, I mean, don't tell him saying him shirt button wrong, because I'm skip a button. One part long, one part short up there.
You mean when it see me?
On the day.
On the day, yeah.
Oh, yes, you can't make that up.
Best FM are the best. Right. You know what I mean? So, I really stay long,
Oh, well, I'm glad you didn't get around to the producer and the engineer, all of whom you met.
The producer.
Yeah.
That's brethren, man. You can't know selected people, just select, Just look for them and you see them and so them people are there for a purpose.
Yeah, the mark of God is on. The hand of God. That is our prayer.
Purpose, brother. That's what
But our
drives me
prayer
over
is
there.
that when people see us, they will see it. They will also see
Right.
that we are
We
set.
can identify ourselves,
Yeah, can find each other. All right, my brother. Because you might get to the engineer, he has signaled to me that there's another call.
All right. No, we're not get to the engineer. Because the show up here on. The show up go on.
All right, my brother.
All
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Oh, am I at the wrong place? Is it Comedy Corner or really just soft talk?
Not soft talk, our comedy.
Good morning, Mr. Jigsaw.
Deep talk.
Jigsaw, listen to me now. You know, the word of God says that God sitteth in the heavens and laugh.
Okay.
All right. So there's
I
always
wasn't
need to be
criticizing the laughter. I was enjoying it.
All right. It's a part of who we are.
It's something that we'll get value from if we practice it on
True.
a daily basis.
That's so true.
It releases some all this tension, not creating all this negative behavior.
Yeah, it's good for the heart. Good for the heart. It's like coconut water.
Well, I'm going to find a daughter.
You see what I'm saying? Just the mention of it and more jokes.
Okay. Good morning to the rest of the listeners. We need to dedicate ourselves to do better this year
That's true.
than we've done in the past, and that together in this year we can achieve more. Right?
Yeah.
Agreed, sir.
Okay, agreed. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll leave it there. I'm not on a particular point. I was listening early on.
Okay, we were doing we're doing our declarations
over the country,
and
of Jamaica,
and of course, we are encouraging persons to do the same for their life and their family and their communities. So we can.
Did you say preparation?
No, declaration.
Declarations.
Declaration. Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, you did that yesterday. Yeah.
And this morning now we made the declarations for nation.
All right. Well, keep it up, Pastor.
Yeah, man.
And don't falter.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, sir.
Trying to pull us together in thinking and hopefully action.
We appreciate the encouragement. Thank you very much.
Very good. So you guys keep it up.
All right, sir. Have a good day.
Very good.
Do we have another call? Oh, it's time for the break. All right.
We'll be right back.
With major cities now under a state of emergency. The protests have been sparked by a government decision to double vehicle fuel prices. In the main city, Almaty, hundreds of anti-government demonstrators have stormed the mayor's office. The sacking of the government by the Kazakh president, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, hasn't placated the protesters. Here's our Central Asia correspondent, Rehan Dimitri.
People are really frustrated that there have been no changes to the political system in the country. And for that, they blame the country's first president, Nursultan Nazarbayev, who ultimately has been in power since Kazakhstan's independence from the Soviet Union in 1991. Officially, Mr. Nazarbayev stepped down back in 2019, but many believe that he still holds a lot of power.
Hong Kong has announced a series of strict new rules to combat COVID, including a ban on flights from 8 countries, among them the United States and Britain. Restaurants will have to close at 6 in the evening. Bars, sports centres and entertainment venues will not be allowed to open at all. There have been relatively few cases in recent weeks, but Hong Kong, in line with the rest of China, is trying to eliminate all infections. It already has strict quarantine rules that have undermined its status as an international business hub. There's been anger in Australia at the decision to allow the world's top men's tennis player Novak Djokovic to play in the Australian Open, despite strict COVID rules. He's been given a medical exemption from the requirement to be fully vaccinated. Last year, Djokovic said he was opposed to vaccination. The head of Tennis Australia, Craig Tiley, told reporters he couldn't give details about the star's case.
The process has been very clear, and we completely understand and empathise with some people being upset about the fact that Novak has come in because of his statements over the past couple of years around vaccination. However, it's ultimately up to him to discuss with the public his condition if he chooses to do that and the reason why he received an exemption.
Kosovo, which is experiencing an energy crisis, has banned the mining of cryptocurrencies to reduce electricity consumption. Here's Guy Delorney.
The north of Kosovo has become something of a hotspot for cryptocurrency mining. Residents in majority ethnic Serb areas there don't pay for electricity. That's due to Serbia's refusal to recognise Kosovo's unilateral declaration of independence. The free electricity has long been a boon for cryptocurrency miners with their power-hungry computers. But now Kosovo's government is pulling the plug. It's already implemented a system of rolling blackouts to cope with a severe energy shortage, and it's asked police to identify the locations of cryptocurrency mines and shut them down.
News from the BBC. The campaign group Human Rights Watch has accused the Ethiopian authorities of detaining large numbers of ethnic Tigrayans who've been expelled from Saudi Arabia. Thousands of Ethiopians looking for work in Saudi Arabia are deported every year. The Ethiopian government has been accused of targeting ethnic Tigrayans throughout the war with rebel fighters from the northern Tigray region. Lebanon's Prime Minister Najib Mikati has said his cabinet will meet soon for the first time in nearly 3 months as a political crisis continues. They haven't met since October, following a rift over the investigation into the devastating Beirut port explosion in August 2020. Police in India have arrested 3 people in connection with an app that shared pictures of Muslim women saying they were for sale. A police official said the 3 are likely part of a bigger group and more arrests are expected. The app was removed from the web platform GitHub after complaints. Yogita Lemoye reports.
2 of the accused have been arrested from the northern state of Uttarakhand, while one was detained in the southern city of Bangalore. The content they shared has been blocked, and police say they're investigating further to find out who was behind the app. This is the second time in 6 months that scores of Muslim women in India, many of them journalists, activists and politicians, have found their photos shared on an app saying they were up for auction. The purpose was to humiliate the women, many of whom have been vocal about the rising tide of hardline Hindu views under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government.
An inquiry is underway in the Indian state of Bihar after an elderly man said he'd received 11 COVID jabs in the past year. Brahmadev Mandal, who's 84, allegedly used his own and his wife's identity documents to register at numerous vaccination centres. And that's the latest. BBC News.
The station that makes you feel good.
I love the station. I think it's great.
My station.
Moving.
My station.
Moving. Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Best FM, keep listening.
The Go Loud Cash Call is live and 50K is on the line. Tune in to Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Who knows? It could be your lucky number. Must be using the Go Loud app and a digital customer to qualify. Go Loud, simply more radio and podcast. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the betting game.
Live the life. Respect the music. And keep your radio locked in. The best 100 FM.
One in. A hurricane we name. Are we rough? Whether we are man hurricane or woman hurricane. We want you know that. We come here for mash up building, blow down things and take life. Flood out place. We no ramp. We no respect no one. So no take no chance with we. Listen to Adprem and prepare. Hurricanes do happen, so be prepared. Yes, be prepared.
A message from the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management.
Who's ready to answer the Go Loud Cash Call? Here's your chance to be one of 4 winners of 50,000 weekly. Just answer the Go Loud Cash Call with the phrase
Simply More Radio and Podcast.
And the money is yours. Tune into Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Go Loud, Simply More Radio and Podcast. Text 402 to 137 for more information. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the
Best FM, the champion.
And you've got it.
Hello there. Yes, indeed. This is the Prophet Reverend Mark Stewart, inviting each and every one of you to join us for war. It's gonna be a war this and every Wednesday. Of course, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be powerful. Come for the word. Come for the preaching. Come for the teaching. Of course, the music. And of course, midnight warfare prayer with me, the Prophet Mark Stewart, the boss shot, Apostle Marshall, Reverend Eric Box, and of course, Reverend Kathy and Tane for the hard way. Join us every Wednesday night from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Come and join us, will you? Sponsored by all our partners, our friends of the ministry. Will you join us? Yes, indeed. It's going to be powerful. This and every Wednesday, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. We're going to lick it till the bus gone. We're going to lick it till the bus gone. We're going.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Welcome back to the Morning Connection. We are here, Minette and Percival. We've just gone through a period of declaring the prayers that we are asking God and nation to agree on for the people of Jamaica. And we've taken a few calls which challenged us to go a level deeper. And these are important calls, because if you are going to agree on it, you need to understand what you're agreeing on. And I did chastise Pastor for his plagiarism. But he has repented of it and personalized it. All right, Pastor. Sorry.
I still
Your
love
turn.
you. I still love you. I'm declaring that this morning, that my sister Minute, somebody asked me yesterday, is she related to you? I said no. But all Palmers I've discovered comes from the same root. There are three Palmers, yeah. Jen, who went one, St. Anne.
Yeah, and it's a combination of African.
Yeah, and white.
And there's
and maroon
white.
too.
My part is the African part.
Maroon.
Percy have a little yellow in his skin. I have none.
I do? That's true.
Yeah,
because
somebody did want to make yellow babies with you.
Yeah, yes, that's true. Because my paternal grandfather was partly Jew.
Paternal, and that's the Palmer line.
No, mix it up. My maternal grandfather was. Yeah, I always mix it up. Yeah,
I forget them straight.
My maternal.
You see, that's why the man said explain sexuality, because somehow he knew that you might mix it up.
No, I wasn't mixing it up. I'm understanding. I'm still I said, but anyway, because I was making the point though in terms of we understood sexuality between male and female in terms of behavior, but now it has morphed into all of these other things. So even the thing of gender, you know that there are 112 genders now.
So your son told you?
Yeah, he looked at it online and he said, Daddy, look at this.
No, there I'm a purist along with you. Yes. Male and female created he, them.
Yeah.
The other things that man trying to create. Well,
us, them,
we'll wait and see.
Zero.
Yeah.
They.
Yeah. They are coming. Yeah, those are part of the.
He was shocked. He was just doing some homework for religious education. And then he had to think, and he said, Dad, look at this. There are 112 genders. I say, yes, son. And it is increasing every day. Because if I get up this morning and I believe I'm Percy, then in the afternoon I believe I'm Persinina, then that's already.
That's the name you would choose? Persinina. You're Spanish.
I'm just saying that, you know.
What would it be now?
So if you got up this morning and you are
Persicia, says
Persicia. But so you are Minute. So
no, we're not going there.
You're Minute. I was just
thinking that the caliber of the show is declining. Thinking to myself.
No, we make joke of it, but and it is a major thing now, because in the States, in swimming, the NCAA has allowed for transgender to compete in swimming, and this guy.
A man has entered the female race.
And he's breaking all of the records. And a lady who has been a member of the swimming as a federation, she resigned. She said, no, this don't make no sense at all. Don't make no sense at all.
Yeah. He needs to wait until there are other people like him to create their own team.
Yeah.
And they can call it the
University of
in-between
Penn. University of Penn.
Yeah. But, you know, all these things that we're seeing, and it's why I start with the comforting words from the Psalms. Why do the nations conspire and the people imagine vain things?
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is there's really nothing new under the sun. There was something that came up yesterday, and something that just recently happened, and I was saying to Lowell that there really is nothing new under the sun. That strategy was used and recorded somewhere else. I've forgotten what it was. But the thing is, when you strip away all the modern fluff and technology that surrounds some of our happenings, realize that it's the same strategy, because really of a fact
it hasn't changed.
Our accuser, Satan, the enemy, is not creative. He's an imitator.
Right.
And therefore he just uses the same old strategy. The first thing is he copies whatever is happening on the creative side. He looks at it and he imitates it on his side, and it comes out a perversion of the original. So we know that. And then over time, he just dresses it up in the fashion of the day, but it is really the same thing. In the creative space, in the literary space, we say that there are no new stories. They are just a set of themes which everybody, you can break a story down, no matter how modern it is, you can always break it down to its origin, the bare bones of its original parts, and relate it right back to the book of Genesis, or beyond Genesis. You go back to the earliest of recorded history, and you see that it's a recurring theme.
Yeah.
The theme of love and greed and those jealousy and deceit. All those things are at the heart of however you dress up the plot. So we know that this time of confusion, where we have become so dissatisfied with our identity and we are struggling so hard to identify purpose and to claim our place in the world, that we have begun to deconstruct almost to the cellular level. I shouldn't say almost. We are deconstructing to the cellular level, because the mRNA technology that is being utilized for these new vaccines, that's what it's about. We are trying to go as far back as we can to see if we can create something that will satisfy us. Now, I saw you said it earlier, nothing satisfies except the only satisfaction, complete satisfaction that we are going to find is in the hands of our Creator.
True. He
who made us, who knows exactly why he crafted this one in that or the other way. And I always imagined that he would tell me, I placed you in a tribe of Africans with this color skin because I knew that one day they would need exactly you. You
come
with
on,
your craziness.
I'm not going to say
Exactly
preach
you.
it. I'm not going to say preach it, girl.
And he will say that to you as well, Percival. You could have been anywhere.
That's true.
You could have been in China, in India, in Asia. The soul that inhabits your body could have come out with any skin color. But I chose to encase you in this body of flesh because I know that in the year 2022, January morning, you and this other girl that I made from St. Anne, you would be sitting together in Best FM studio so that you could speak declarations over this nation that I have placed on a rock in the sea for the moment when the world needs it to do X, Y, Z.
Come on.
That's how I think. That's how I see us. I mean, many times I look at persons in other societies who are no brighter than you, no prettier than me, no whatever. You might make a comparison and say, look at that person doing so well in this or that place. Why wasn't that my lot? You ask yourself these kinds of questions when you see enough of the world to understand that you could have come out anywhere, but you came here. So deal with that. Be satisfied with that point of origin and build from there. A lot of persons are trying to go back to point of origin, deconstruct, build what they like. I remember the day a friend of mine said to me that he'd had 3 girls. He desperately wanted a boy child. And I remember the day he said to me that it costs like 25,000 US to get a boy child. Do you remember? Because you could go in and orchestrate the germination of the woman's egg. There's a caller online. Oh, and
welcome, caller.
He paid
Welcome.
for it. I don't think he paid for it.
Welcome.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
We are laughing for morning, man.
We shouldn't.
How can I joke you have the man? You want to laugh for morning, so.
What do you think? You think we should be less happy?
I will not share it with nobody. I feel laughing. You're happy in the new year, right now.
The new year has caught us with some happiness.
Well, because for your company, we don't have man. You laugh, you know.
That's true, Rusty, and I was blaming Pastor. I said, come on now.
Like when I went to court yesterday, I get some good money, man.
No.
Rusty.
Rusty, you have prophesied for me. I thank you, my brother. The next time I go to court, I will get my money. No, I didn't get it yesterday, but I'm one step closer.
You didn't get it yesterday?
No, but I am one step closer. And you this morning saying this nation going forward.
The only decoration I go work in, we have got meet yourself, you know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Now go up in the sky, you know.
Not at
We
all.
agree with you, Rusty. We agree with you, 100%.
We have to get up off our foot, you know, where we sit down and move towards that glory where we desire, you know.
True.
You know, I go sit down and it come.
And we now go pray and it come, we have to get up off our foot and put the shoulder
to the wheel. Yes.
And do something, that's the only way you can get it done. The other nation get it done in a pass. Everybody run pass and a left me.
Me tell you.
All the Chinese with the worse are half more than we. Them jump out of the hole and one left it. Everybody a fly past you. No one know why the reason for that.
But you know, Rusty, you
left a back. We left a back. We left a back. Everybody a pass you and a get up a pass you. And I left we a back. And in this country, we are the consumer in this country, We're not running a business down here.
We have to change that. So, Rusty, how we change that, my brother? This morning...
We said it. Get up off our foot.
Right.
And put our shoulder to the wheel. It's work.
It is work. It requires work. It requires sacrifice. It requires dedication. It requires commitment. But you must have a vision of what it is you're seeking to achieve.
And we have to set a goal. We have to set a goal in a boss.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We have to set a goal and decide to work towards that goal, to achieve it,
Yeah.
So we have to set something, We have to have some form of priority,
Okay. So what would be your number one priority if we're setting a goal for the nation? What would be your number one priority? Assuming you were the Prime Minister, you're setting a goal to move the country forward. What would be the number one priority you'd put in place, Rusty?
Yeah, man, what we should do, man, we have a thing in agriculture, that can move the country forward,
And I agree with you.
The money where we have a waste, all both up and run up and down and a waste, and the money we are missing, all that money could have do something substantial and beneficial towards the country.
Agree. Food security, we call it. Can you have to feed yourself?
Yeah. But a thing like agriculture, Jamaica is a country where we have this beautiful sunlight and this nice climate. And we are import actually everything from foreign.
I agree with you, Rusty. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, my brother. You know,
we importing everything from foreign. Down to cassava we are import now. We are import tomato now. Our gungo, everything we are import now. What we do, boss?
We import gungo and cassava.
That's what he's saying.
Everything.
I don't know, but I know there was a plant with.
You're talking about the seeds, or you're talking about it for
like for
retail?
We don't seed no gungo, man.
Yeah, but gungo, we are report almost every seed has been patented by some foreign corporation, and Jamaica is getting seeds from. Yeah, so.
When a market, you look what you see inside it. The amount of red peas where you see in a market, a pure foreign pea. What happened to Miss Kelly peas? You remember Miss Kelly and Ron Red?
Yes, I do. Yes. And let me just remind listeners who are focusing on this point, remember that Dr. Sylvia Mitchell has a seed bank in her university project lab. Persons who want to get local seeds to start to build back a stock, it is available. You can call us. I think we have to finalize the channel so that we can put you on to her if you're not able to reach her directly. But yes, Rusty, part of the putting the shoulder to the wheel is for persons all across the island to start rebuilding that stock.
Our Jamaican peas, we don't need no chemical, not them to grow it, And natural something we grow down.
It thrives in this soil.
All of the things when you see our grammar zone about out the place, when you all the corn, when you plant them all week, and you have no seed to plant again, then seed they can't plant back again,
True, my brother. You're gonna do a project with us this year?
Yeah, man, I will do a project with you. But what I really can't to talk about,
yes,
is when we listen to the radio and watch, don't I Israelis like them I say a different thing a break out after the corona. A type of flu thing a come now.
Flurona.
Yeah, we are come after the corona. So look like this thing have no end in sight.
Well, I think the good news, if one can call it that, is that it keeps decreasing in its severity.
Right.
Because Pastor was even reading about Omicron has given birth to a new strain, but it is even weaker. Taking the signs from what Pastor shared with me, the strains after Omicron would be weaker than Omicron. So it will bring itself down to a manageable level. It's still a watch and see, but I think we have a great deal more understanding.
One more little question, one more little thing to say to you.
Yeah, man, go, my brother.
Where the vaccine come from? I know we know here and nobody not tell where the vaccine come from, you know.
Well,
you mean the vaccine? Who created it?
There are several of them.
Yeah,
different.
No, the vaccine. Corona,
oh, the virus. The virus.
Corona, not the vaccine. Where
the virus
come from? Who created it? Who made it?
All right. Rusty, what a lot of people have said, the coronavirus is naturally occurring. But what people are contending is that man, and I did this when I was doing my course, you take something, you take it in the lab, and you mess around with some things and you create something which is called a chimera. A lot of people are contending that is what has happened. We don't know because there's a whole heap of politics that's being played in terms of origin, word, who do it, who go in at the lab, who mess with it. And up to now, nobody can come to the truth. People have different hypotheses, but nobody not really know where it come from.
Right. So Rusty, you're concerned that it has suffered from interference by human hands is justified.
Yes, man,
most people have concluded that they just don't know the full details of the who and where. But we have no information where the thing make and where it come from, you know. And where it come from, like when I say AIDS come from monkey and it come from that. Yeah.
Do I hear something where corona come from?
Yeah.
Well, we won't hear it this morning.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's a lot of things. If you have the time, you can go online, but whole heap of sources. So there's a major controversy about what has happened. But we just make sure that when we do it, we do the right thing in terms of protecting ourselves. Yeah.
Well, you have a program, man, when you win money, man, but you never tell me nothing about it.
No. Digicel, if you have a Digicel number, don't worry. Go on their app. It is still going, you know. They're going to do another draw on Friday morning. So go on their website or download the Go Loud application to your phone. And just by doing that, you become eligible. And they can shortlist your number. But it is Digicel that gives us the number.
Yeah. All right, anyway, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Rusty. All right. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's something that I pray about and talk about and suggest every year, but I'm still doing it until there is a change to encourage everyone who doesn't have the facility of having garbage collector coming into their area twice a week, to get a barrel drum, plastic or metal, and what they have to do is to bore holes in the bottom that should it rain, if it doesn't have a lid, the water will go right through. Now, when they buy all their vegetables and things from the market, and they got waste food, they can use those bags and deposit all the substance in.
This is perishable waste. This is perishable waste, you're saying. Put all your perishable waste in a barrel with holes in the bottom so water doesn't collect. And?
Right. And then they can bore a hole in it and tie it to their gate or their fence so it doesn't tip over, or passing animals, dogs, etc. don't tip it over. So all neighborhoods everywhere should be kept clean, because the less we have any contamination of other things that's been thrown away, the healthier we'll all be.
Oh, I thought you were going to advocate for a mulch bed or a hole in the ground where you put your perishables so it just rots and go back to the soil from whence it came.
I talked about that before. You can get a bucket to put all your peeling skin and stuff like that, and fruit particles, like if you peel pawpaw and stuff like that, you can actually deposit that in that bucket and put it in the earth in which you do your planting.
Or better yet, buy a pig. Raise a pig if you can bear it.
Good morning,
in your
Rachel.
backyard.
I don't know about the pig. I'm not friends with them.
Raise a pig and sell it. Or raise a goat. In the country, that's what we do with animal peel, food peel and so on. There's a pig or a goat or some creature nearby that eats it.
Yeah, the goats will come because some people have heard and they walk into certain areas where they know you got fruit falling off, mangoes, ackee, that kind of thing.
But no, so if you're in a particular way until your garbage man makes the circuit, it makes for a cleaner, better smelling,
and if anyone it's got a few barrels that they don't need, like I'm thinking of, to give to other people who can make it their garbage bin. And then continue.
That's true.
All right.
You know?
Yes, thank you. That is scary for the environment.
It's a depressing situation.
It is. Yeah. It's true.
All right. Thank you, Rachel.
Have a blessed day.
You too,
Rachel.
All right. It's time for the break, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825-8 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
The Go Loud Cash Call is live and 50K is on the line. Tune in to Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Who knows? It could be your lucky number. Must be using the Go Loud app and a digital customer to qualify. Go Loud, simply more radio and podcast. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting
The station that makes you feel good.
I love the station. I think it's great.
My station.
Moving.
My station.
Moving. Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Best FM, keep listening.
Who's ready to answer the Go Loud Cash Call? Here's your chance to be one of 4 winners of 50,000 weekly. Just answer the Go Loud Cash Call with the phrase
Simply More Radio and Podcast.
and the money is yours. Tune in to Best FM Tuesday, January 4 and Friday, January 7, 2022 to listen to live calls. Go Loud, Simply More Radio and Podcast. Text 402 to 137 for more information. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Vegam Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vegam Printers, your best choice in printing.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning and welcome back to the caller. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Good morning.
Hey, Wayne.
Good morning, Wayne. How are you?
I'm good, you know. Bless up Miss Minette. Beautiful and natural. Bless up, Pastor.
Bless up, Wayne.
Bless up, Wayne.
Pastor is beautiful and natural too.
I'm handsome and
God,
natural.
man, you know. Man of truth, you know.
Yes.
Because them want to throw you out of them synagogue or them church, yeah.
I know, Wayne. You keep prophesying that, you know, and I'm worried. No, Pastor will change from within. He will change the rest of them. They won't throw him out.
The greatest thing, them can't make the Most High God hate you, you know.
That's important.
Never love you.
That's so true.
But where wicked people want to do or say. Anyway, I listen to the reason for morning, you know. You know, me there the right now, me there turn over my compost heap.
As Rachel just called.
Understand me?
Yes.
Yeah, me sweep up right now. I got a lot of people back here go sweep up any leaf or thing. And people cut them yard, them grass and the holiday, yeah. Just go store them up and have them. Because watch out, I have to plant my own food, you know.
Okay.
And then you use it in your farming bed.
Yeah,
fertilizer. Everything organic.
Good.
I live off of nature. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I live off of nature, not money. Money is just an instrument within human using.
True.
Yes,
But
to buy
nature me live off of.
to buy what you don't grow. So
Yeah,
if you grow
you
it,
know.
people will buy from you.
Or exchange.
So when me really find myself, I think about is about getting some natural seeds too. You know, 'cause right now, I just go and go to the farm store and buy my little carrot and my little seeds them. So everything I plan to feed myself and the extra me may sell.
Okay.
You know.
412.
You know, you have to give me that again, because I just get a pencil, you know. Come
All
again.
right, yeah,
Slow
man.
down.
580 04
580.
0412.
All right, 5800412. Very good.
Yes. So yeah, those persons who want to build out a stock and begin to do your backyard planting or your own little whatever you want to do.
It's very simple, darling. It's very
Yeah.
simple, you know. Very simple. If you look across the road, there's one big high-rising building that them called school, right? And them children going there, but when them left, them intellect, them education levels still
limited,
low.
Yeah.
And if you look across the next side of the road, you see a man put up a little chapel and try everything to make the children comfortable and get them there. But when them left from that place, them have great literacy and intellect for know for reason and think out things. Which one you call a better school?
Obviously the man under the tarp.
All right.
Because the output, you
really
judge
and
it by
truly-
the output.
Yeah, so really and truly, schooling is about learning. You know, you teach the children them about what is happening out there so that when them reach the age of them out there, them know to live with out there in
function
harmony.
and cope. Yeah.
Yeah, so you say schooling and food, because you have to have food in it. You have to take your months and days and years to gain certain levels of knowledge. You have to have a eat between that time. So it's a food in. Yeah, plant our food, feed ourselves, and we're going to run a school system for the children them. Because all of them youth we are grow up in our world, so them grow up now with a bad mentality. Give God thanks for a man like me where turn away from
it could be
evil
Yeah.
of this world, you know, but
Yeah.
many fall victim to it where
Yes.
True.
if they may have good mentorship, you call it, I'm not that big powers like the them, you know, but
No,
you know,
mentorship
good
is the right
guidance.
one.
Yeah, people looking out
And
for them and
teaching.
guide them from the elders.
Yeah, you know, and good reasoning. You know, enough of them want to be what they are. Enough of them. May I tell you straight, things will be much different.
I believe that,
Yeah.
my brother. And that
You
those
know,
are the
so
things we're trying to change
our-
little by little.
Our duty and responsibility is to come together, people the right mind, and put our resources together. Because I make no sense, me and my little money still in a bank, and as the virgin said yesterday, you know, make no interest on it, you know. Better we take it, and we come with the right type minds, you know.
And make a
and
difference for the future.
Make use of it, you know. If otherwise, we'll be talking this year, next year come, we'll be talking, and the other year be coming talking.
Okay then.
Good for the talking. Some can learn from it, but want more than talking, you know, because actions speak more than words, you know.
True.
Anyway, bless up and love on Miss Minette. You're
Yes,
so
sir.
beautiful.
Oh,
Let's
thank
come on.
you.
Bless up.
All right. All right. Yes, Pastor.
I don't know. The gentlemen are onto your beauty. I knew it from a long time still, but the other listeners are experiencing it and appreciating it.
Jamaica's best kept secret.
Aye.
Because some people think I'm a horror.
Oh my Lord.
They shut her down. It'd be like, you remember that chant that President Trump had for Hillary Clinton? Lock her up.
It was?
Oh, I've had my lock her up moments. But
oh, wow.
No, it's always...
Or in the States. Let's go, Brandon. That's the latest chant now.
Good morning.
the name of Jesus. Almighty God, the glory, the honor, and the praise that I am still in the land that they live in. Listen to you and Sister Minute. Listen to this young man speak a while ago, Wayne.
Yes.
It encouraged me out, it moved me out as a man of God.
Oh, yes.
That just still have some people in a Jamaica we could have bust the Glock 40 and the Tech and the treaty, but them turned for a better life. And when say a while ago, a powerful information. When I'd like to get in touch with you, my number is 436-9947. People like them youth there, the life some youth out there, we're clutch with certain things and other certain things. What them not have to do. Sister Lynette,
yes,
me
sir.
listen to the news and me I tell you say I don't like when me hear we are going. The police and the soldiers try them best, but they can't handle this. Man need a heart transplant. Man need to reform. No matter what them put in the system, jailhouse and prison can't reform some of them, man, yeah. Some, but the only thing we can reform them is the gospel, and as the way and say, teach them moral principle and moral ethics are the way forward that we must create the process through. And I thank you very much for the kind of topic them that Lord help you and Pastor Percy to choose my prayer and my support with you, and I love what you do. We know 2022 it will be a challenge every year, but you see the God that we serve is an intentional God, and once we trust God and do the right thing and follow the Bible protocols, we cannot go wrong. And what I appreciate with you, whatever you talk, you use the word of God to base your conversation. And I must give you and Pastor Percy thumbs up, and all the people that may call in and share what is in their mind, because the mind is the most powerful organ. The mind controls the whole sector and the whole impulse. If we have let this mind which was in Christ be our new, the only way we can come through, we have to pray the process. Them have a prayer meeting over power of faith this morning, and I hope to Almighty God in change the menu with them have today, and visit the Prime Minister and the opposition leader and the Governor General and the stakeholder them. Visit them in an unprecedented way. Sister.
Boy, thank
Lynette,
you, sir. Thank you so much. You are an amazing caller.
I love you and Pastor Percy from out of my heart, because we're not going to dip on my lane, my avenue, because we talk about God and I love God and I push it about one another. Hallelujah.
Amen.
All right,
All right, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Blessings to you, my brother.
There's another call on the line. All right, we'll just do that. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Collection.
Hi, good morning, Miss Minute and Pastor Percy.
Morning,
Morning,
sir.
sir. How you doing?
I'm giving thanks, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I wanted to call from, I think, was the day before you brought on the gentleman from Barbados.
Monday.
Monday.
We brought him on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to call from Monday then.
Monday.
Because you were on a topic that that I wanted to touch on. But
Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yes, man. But the gentleman put a little icing on the cake for me, the same gentleman from Barbados.
Okay,
Because
so twin it up then.
Yeah, because I am of the view that we have to be careful with trying to get rid of the Queen and go in republic.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we don't want.
Not that we shouldn't do it.
Queen, but we just don't want to jump out of smoke and jump in fire.
Mm-hmm. Proceed with care, you say.
Yes, because I was reading something the other day, or last week or week before last, where IMF was cautioning Barbados that they need to step up on their debt payment.
Okay.
Because of the pandemic and such, they have not been servicing their debt like they normally. And they normally.